Holly Reynolds Thomas, spelled Thomas.
And could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm currently a blackjack dealer at the Black Bear Casino. I frequent the VIP room inside our casino. I started off dealing though off at Joey Dean's club, Peaches. No, it wasn't quite up and up. I often had to deal with cards and crooks. I'm not a crook, but like I didn't really like the people I was dealing with, and I kept hearing that the Black Bear was a very credible place and somewhere I should go. I was very glad I did. I mean, Avery Bancroft, my boss, actually reported my pay to the IRS, and like I even had enough money to make a 401k. I was just amazed. I can say that, genuinely say that card dealing is now a profession for me.
And what is it like working at the Black Bear?
It's kind of stressful, but it has many perks. By stressful, I mean they have cameras and watching everything we do, not like Joey Dean's place. You actually knew someone was watching to make sure everything's going right. They make sure that I'm paying out correctly, making sure I don't pay someone too little, and then I get written up, get docked my pay. Also, they teach us how to make sure nothing funny is going on the table, make sure no one's pocketing cards. You don't want to play that guy gets pocket aces every time when we're playing poker. Don't again with the perks, you get to see celebrities and politicians. That's my favorite thing. I get to rub elbows with the up and ups in the society. Also saw Chase Covington a couple times there as well.
So you have seen Chase Covington play at the Black Bear?
Yes, he's a regular actually.
And have you ever seen Chase Covington and Avery Bancroft play together in the casino?
A few times actually. I think the last time I saw him play was mid-April last year. I think it was the 16th because it was right after tax day.
Mr. Thomas, if I were to show you a copy of the VIP room at the Black Bear Casino, would you be able to identify it?
Yeah.
Permission to make use of the demonstrative?
Sure. Something the prosecution has seen.
Yes. Permission for the witness to step down and make use of the demonstrative?
Yes. Just keep your voice up, please.
Now, Mr. Thomas, can you please show the court where you, Avery Bancroft, and Chase Covington were on the date of April 16th?
Well, I was at my table, the middle one by the fountain, because the way the fountain sounds while you're playing all day is very relaxing. Like, helps me keep track of what I'm doing. So I was standing here. Avery Bancroft came in around 2 p.m.-ish and sat directly across from me, and then set her briefcase, which don't need to be started on that, to right here, and then Covington came and sat immediately to Bancroft's left.
And was anyone else at the table with you while you were there?
Yeah, actually, 20 minutes after, while they were playing, another regular, Casey Kelly, came and sat to my far right. It's his lucky seat. He's very superstitious about how he plays.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Thomas, you said that Avery Bancroft and Chase Covington both had briefcases with them. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Objection, Your Honor, a leading question.
I'll rephrase your honor. Mr. Thomas, what did Avery Bancroft have with him when he walked in?
Like I mentioned, he had a briefcase, which I found kind of unusual. Even though Miss Bancroft is the owner of the casino, I've actually never seen her with a briefcase anywhere on the casino floor. What made it even more weird was Chase Covington came in with another briefcase. That completely threw me off.
And Mr. Thomas, at any time, did you see Avery Bancroft or Chase Covington switch briefcases?
No, I didn't see any switching of briefcases. I'd have to have some kind of Never-Shiri Jiu-Jitsu to get that off.
And what was happening while they were at the table playing?
They were just they seemed a little distracted actually, that I recall. They kept mumbling to themselves, and what I did hear was they were talking about some business deal, talking about square footage and coin slots, the nickel slot ratios.
And what happened next?
Well, when Casey Kelly came and sat down, Covington got up and left.
And then what happened after that?
Well, after about half an hour or so, Mickey Keenan came in, and he looked madder than a hornet.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Cross.
Yes, Your Honor. May I proceed? Now, Mr. Thomas, you've never seen security footage from the VIP room, correct?
No, I've actually never seen any of the video footage from the VIP room. I just knew that knew what I was told, which is that there was cameras facing me, facing the table, make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to.
So you don't know if there's blind spots, right?
No, I would not know if there's any blind spots. I don't know how the cameras cover things.
In fact, this is where you said the fountain is, correct?
That is correct.
And when the Black Bear Casino added that fountain, they even took out a security camera, didn't they, to make room?
Yeah, they took out a camera, but I assume they replaced it. Then again, I'm not always checking for the camera. It's not my job.
Now, Mr. Thomas, I'd like to talk about April 16th. Now, you saw Avery Bancroft walk into the VIP room, correct?
Correct.
And she was carrying a black briefcase, correct?
This is correct.
And she sat down and put it under the table, didn't she?
She put it to her right side by the chair, not directly underneath, but her feet are there.
Okay, so then Chase Covington walked in, right?
This is correct. Chase Covington sat on the left of Bancroft, putting Chase's briefcase on the left of Chase.
And the briefcase that Chase Covington brought in was almost identical to Avery Bancroft's, right?
Yeah, I'd say they're pretty similar. They're both black, had 2 latches and a handle. To be honest, they're kind of cheap compared to people of their business caliber. But
And-
hey, it's not my briefcase, not my problem.
And you said that it was unusual that Avery Bancroft had a briefcase in the VIP room, correct?
It was unusual for anyone to have a briefcase in the VIP room. I've never seen anyone with a briefcase.
So it was also extremely unusual for Chase Covington to have a briefcase in the VIP room, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
And in the VIP room, they bring the poker chips to you, so there's no need to ever have money in there, right?
They don't always bring the chips to me. Like if they came from like the craps table and immediately to the blackjack table to bet it all, that's the only time they really bring chips. Because VIP room, they play from their accounts. They'll say their account, how much they need, and I'll give them the chips from the table.
Now, Mr. Thomas, so Avery Bancroft and Chase Covington were sitting next to each other at this point, correct?
This is correct.
And then Casey Kelly walked in and sat all the way over here, correct?
2 seats away, correct.
And your distraction was diverted. You were distracted, weren't you?
I wouldn't say distracted, but my focus was on making sure the new player was ready.
So at this time, Avery Bancroft said, "Shall we do this?" Didn't she?
I think she did.
And then Chase Covington replied, "I think so." Right?
I couldn't be sure. That was almost a year ago.
Mr. Thomas, do you recall preparing an affidavit for today's case?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm approaching opposing counsel.
Fine.
With this witness' affidavit. May I approach the witness?
You may.
Now, Mr. Thomas, please turn to page 5 in this affidavit. You are aware that you had up until 24 hours before this case to make any necessary changes, correct?
Correct.
And you attention to lines 137 and 138. Please read silently as I read aloud. Bancroft shook Casey's hand and then looked at Covington and said, "Will, shall we do this?" Covington said, "I think so." Correct?
Yeah,
And that is
that makes sense. Yeah, I remember it now.
Thank you. And that is contradictory to what you previously stated.
No, I said I didn't remember. I
However,
didn't say anything.
it did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, I just didn't remember.
Now, you would agree that it could be possible that a briefcase exchange happened, correct?
Yeah, it could be possible.
Thank you. I have no further questions.
Redirect.
Brief redirect, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas, at any point while you were at the table, did you see Avery Bancroft or Chase Covington open the briefcase?
No.
Objection, Your Honor. This is outside the scope of the cross-examination. I never asked questions about opening the briefcase.
I'll allow. No, I did not see them open the briefcase because, like I mentioned before, people in the VIP room play from their accounts. Usually, they don't even bring chips to the table.
And Mr. Thomas, you never noticed anything strange while they were playing?
No, I didn't. The only thing strange was that they were kind of distracted while they were playing, because they're usually kind of boisterous while they're playing. What I did, they're honestly too awkward of people to do anything that I wouldn't notice.